go off that lead from last time we were out here. I'm meeting up with a friend of mine, and we're going to cover some ground today. The snow's finally melted, so should be able to find some cool stuff. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, I'll see you guys when we're out there, and we'll kind of go over some of the plans for this spring and this summer. I've got some big plans for the truck I'm really excited about, and those videos will be coming soon. I'll be planning to film a truck overall build video here once I get it all put back together. I have my whole roof rack stripped right now for something special coming, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, let's go. So we have hit the forest road. We are headed to the first of the Shevlin-Hickson logging camps. I'm gonna find a little pull off here and wait for my friend, and we will get started on the hunt. Alright, so we just got here to the spot. We're gonna wait, and Bryce should be getting in here any minute. We're gonna head up the road here, probably air down, just so this road is just really washboardy, like extreme washboard. He's got a 2-wheel drive van, so we might get it stuck. I've got max tracks now, so I'm not concerned. Might be fun. So yeah, I'll let you know when he gets here. Just gonna hang out and maybe hike a little circle or something. Look who this asshole honking his horn in the woods. Econo one. Woo! This Bryce, man. All right, so we definitely gained some altitude here. A little bit more snow. Bryce had a bit of a hard time getting up the hills with his van that we're getting close to the camps. So first things first right here, I'm seeing cans already. So nothing too crazy. These cans are sanitary cans, so they don't have any lead solder on the bottom. If they were the old style cans, the oldest cans have a lead solder ring like this, where they would stuff the food into it, and then they would put it into a boiling water, and then they'd lead solder another little hole to seal the can, and then pull it out. So they were actually putting lead into their food. Gotta love it. It's just like insulating your house with good old asbestos. So we're gonna keep going here and see what else we can find. I know that we located a bunch of cool stuff this way that I talked about earlier, so I'll probably try to show you guys that stuff, and then we'll kind of branch off from there. Okay, so we definitely walked the wrong way for a bit because I was just trying to go off memory. Still learning land, being coordinated in the land, but we're definitely getting onto something here. There's a can there. Like, they look like paint buckets. I don't really know what they are. I'd have to do some more research into old cans, but it's kind of hard with a baby. So we're trying to balance our overland life here with our father life and our work life, and it's difficult, but we're gonna make it happen because I want to show you guys what I'm finding out here and take you along with me, because it's been too many short reels and tidbits here and there of, you know, tasters. I want you guys to be able to sit down, eat dinner, watch a video, get some, you know, history lesson in the meantime. Nice game trail right there. Nice, you could set a nice trap along there if you were in a survival situation, for sure. These trees also building up, you know, a shelter here using these trees that are bent from the snow is really helpful. So yeah, we're almost to the point where the bicycle wheel and stuff is, so I'll pick you guys up when we get there. All right, so I think we located another stove here. It says Bon Ami. I'm assuming that's like some sort of French or something. Definitely a different language. But you can kind of see a nasty, really nasty spider in there. That thing was gnarly. This was the door. That's the little door handle.
That's pretty sick. Whoa.
Oh, here's another chunk. This is where the wow, look at that lichen on there. This takes hundreds of years to grow lichen like this. Like literally, not hundreds, but it takes tens and tens and tens of years to grow lichen like that. So yeah, this was the top of the stove. And then I think behind you, Bryce, we got more of it here. Underneath this log, so we won't be able to get it, but you can kind of see that nice.
Jeez. So
this is very close to where we found the other stove. I didn't waypoint it, so I'm just gonna give a heads up right now if I don't end up finding this, but we will see about that. I think that it's somewhere out that way, but we're gonna keep hiking. We're just gonna have to do it in kind of a grid here because I didn't waypoint it. So bit of a challenge, but we'll get to it. I'm glad I found another stove though, because that just kind of confirms my suspicions. So yeah, because now I've got a ton of, this is a completely different dump, dude.
Are you sure?
Yes. Look at this.
What the hell is this?
I think these are old train brake pads.
No way.
From the locomotives.
Holy crap.
Can the camera see this right now?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Bring it closer.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this was locomotive brake pads from back in the day. We also have some glass here. Depression era. We're definitely into a dump here. This is the kind of stuff me and Bryce were finding, just piles. This looks really weird, like a...
What are the brake pads?
This is a weird rock, man. It just looks weird.
Whoa, what the...
Yeah, so those, they just kind of fall apart. It's either that or they were some sort of... I don't even know.
I can't imagine they had styrofoam.
Oh. So this shows you how old this place is, right? This is the Central Oregon High Desert, and this wood is this rotted. So this stuff is over, let's see, this camp was between 1913 and 20, I believe. Oh, this is living quarters. So we've got a stove jack, a 90 for a stove jack here. So what this tells us is that we're in where people lived. And, ooh, what we got here? Colombian. Can the camera see this?
I don't know.
Oh, you can't. Here.
Oh, there you go.
Pardon the interruption.
Yes.
I found a can here with some markings. Oh my God. It's got a fucking date. November 10th, 1914.
2008.
Oh my God. I have not found something that dates this camp, but that just confirms what I said. 1914. I don't know if the camera's picking this up. Can you see it?
Oh, it's like right there.
Okay, 1914 right here is when this was made. It's gonna take everything I have not to take that home with me, but this is gonna help other people identify the date of this site. So that's awesome. That's awesome. That's the first thing I found with a date on this. That is so cool. All right, we're gonna keep moving this way. I don't even honestly care if we found the original site at this point. That just made my day that I found something with a date. So yeah, no lead solder. I thought I saw lead solder, so I will pick you guys back up when we find some more stuff. All right, guys, I just found this little can here. Somebody ate their, I'm assuming it was like a canned fish or canned meat of sorts. Good high in protein for them. This is a cool, it's how they used to seal the side of the cans. But it's got a little moss ball growing in here in Central Oregon, which is just awesome to me. And you can see he just opened it with his knife, had his snack, and got back to cutting some wood. Keep moving here. All right, so this thing is pretty cool. The whole top of it is intact. And you can see where they sliced a vent hole so it would pour better. So they'd be like, you know, fill in lanterns, fill in lantern, fill in lantern. And then back then they just discarded this whole piece of metal hard to imagine now with the, you know, the recycling stuff we do and all that, but this was their way of life back then, and it makes my life a lot more fun because I can actually come out and find this stuff.
Okay.
Oh shit. Hand it over. Check this thing out, boys. Boys and girls, excuse me. This is a shoe. This is actually an old boot. This is the stitching here. And it has shrunken down below the size of my hand. I'm gonna pick it up for the first time. And on the bottom we see the little boot tacks and the little sole of the tiny shoe. This very well could have been a children's shoe, actually. I don't think it would have shrunk this much. I think this is either a woman's shoe or a children's shoe. Very cool. I've never found anything like this. So intact and so perfect with the little boot tacks. Unreal. I love coming out here. Portrait. Look at this thing. It's got a little spigot. Got some sort of writing on it. It looks almost military, but I can't make it out. But it's very cool. It almost looks like they repurposed it for something. But I haven't a clue, honestly. I just pulled off that stove jack, and that's definitely a scorpion hole for the summertime. Gotta watch out here when you're digging around. I'm still stoked because I found something with a date and then a full shoe. I honestly couldn't ask for more finds for the day, but if I can locate where that original stove site was with the bicycle wheel, it would be the ultimate adventure day for me. Okay, so now I'm starting to get into some cans with that lead solder. So that's the second level of can, if you would. It's kind of the in between sanitary can and when they were fully, you know, welding little caps onto the cans before they boiled them and sealed them. I honestly am not sure if I'm going to be able to locate where we were able to find before. We're gridding through here, and we're just going to grid all the way back to the road. Is that it? I know we're getting close to where I think it was.
That's an awful square stump.
It's a real square stump. I'm hoping. Oh, it's the chimney cap. We found it. All right, so this is where I was talking about, guys. So this is the intricate, super intricate chimney cap that tells me we were in officers' quarters and or higher up boss man's. So look at this thing. Look how intricate that metal work is for that time. I mean, seriously, there's no CNC machines, any of that. And it's got this little louver on it. Louver still opens, and it's so smooth still. All right, so now we are finally
It's our stove.
back to our stove.
Dude, everything's left exactly as we left it.
And we stashed everything we found on the stove here. So this is that original light, you know, plug-in. And I'm thinking that this is from very late in the camp. I've got a big mix of stuff here. So we've got abalone, which tells me somebody brought this all the way over from the coast, a seashell. Got this big piece of milk glass here with very intricate, you know, this would have been like a, you know, hair bomb, something for the get-togethers, you know, something to put on before a gathering of people, you know. These people didn't have a whole lot back then, so they really saved this stuff. Look at this little rounding of the bottle. This is stuff we and Bryce here found, I don't know, last fall. And a little square whiskey bottle or medicine bottle of sorts. Here's this little spice jar here. I can't adjust that one. That one's not as loose as the chimney cap. So this is probably, I'd assume, some grease or something for the locomotives. We also have a shell casing here. I'm not too keen on shell casings. Bryce has definitely done a little more shooting than me. What do you think? 30-06 vibes. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, maybe
Something like
like,
that.
yeah. That's about the closest you can get to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a primitive round, so it's not, you know, the exact sizes we're used to seeing or he's used to seeing. Yeah, for sure, procuring game. I don't know what this is, but I thought this was kind of cool. It almost looks like a steel bottle or something.
Yeah, we tried to figure out what that was.
I don't,
last
yeah.
time.
So this is the actual grill for the stove. Cool hinge here. And this is a big railroad tie. Oh, right, there's a bed here too.
Huh? This looks new.
I don't remember that.
I don't
honestly.
either. I really don't remember
Could
that.
have kicked it up when we were leaving, honestly.
That's true.
There's some sort of like this corrugated gutter system they had going here.
Yeah.
And I think it must have been off of the side of a railroad car, maybe right where their front door was. They put a little gutter there so it wasn't pouring water on them when they walked out. Another way we know that this was living quarters here is we got stovepipe. And stovepipe, it's funny because, you know, this is what we install a lot. Like, it's literally the same as it was in 1914. It's damn near exactly the same. I think it's hilarious.
It clips together.
It's like the Genscope even.
Yes.
Genscope warm air. Anyway, that's HVAC talk. You guys don't need that.
Yeah. What was this? This was a thick. Oh,
Whips some dirt
it
out
was
of
a
it.
thick pipe, dude.
I feel like this
is-
may have been part of the steam engine kind of stuff, maybe. But I'm not sure. There was a bunch of stuff like stuffed into this stump, or maybe that had been set on the stump and kind of rotted in even. But yeah, now on this side, like we were, you know, I don't know, 100 yards over, and now we've got stuff with lead solder. So I feel like where we are now is some of the oldest parts of the camp, maybe the oldest part of the camp, because anything I've found other than the stuff in this site doesn't have that lead solder, and that tells me that it's way older. This is really cool. This is a bed. This is somebody's bed. This is where they lay their head every night.
Yeah,
This is the actual frame.
Which, I'm thinking about this. This is a couch. Like a bottom
seat.
part of his couch, yeah.
A seat, or it could be a car seat. But
That too, yeah.
it could be a Model T seat, but then you know, at that point you go, okay, look up Model T seat, and then see if it's shaped like that, and that's how you figure out if that's that. So these are just little things you can spend time out in the woods if you're, you know, if you're actually willing to spend the time and walk around and go out and research the history. You can find some really cool stuff out here. I mean, and you know, it gives you clues after clues, and you can, like I said, look up the shape of the seat. Is that a Model T seat? Because the Model T was really the only car around at that time. And then you get this thing, this bike wheel. And I read, after I came home from this day when I found this, I went and read, and one of the activities for the kids and teenagers in the camps was riding bikes. It was huge. And they said that the roads were like the slickest, smoothest road you could think of because of the constant, you know what? I think that's wrong. Definitely wrong. Because and there's no way they had horses around. I don't know why. They were dragging logs, so it would flatten everything out, and the water would get into it.
That's a wagon wheel.
Definitely not a wagon wheel.
You sure?
Bicycle. It's like 26
Wow.
inches.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Those were like 3.
And they fucking wagon wheels are like,
Yeah.
you know. If I found a wagon wheel, I might poop my pants.
Maybe this is what these were part of, is the wagon wheels.
So this, I feel like, you know, so this is like part of the suspension system, obviously. So these are leaf springs, little mini leaf springs. So I feel like this was either part of a wagon or a Model T. So either like a Model T got torn down around here, and that's the seat, and that's the, you know, the leaf springs for it. But I haven't found anything else. We did find this. We were kind of digging around. This is a big glass dump here. Look how thick this is. Old whiskey jug, or, you know, we'd call it a growler today. It's got an F on it. Yeah, so not sure what that is. This is the other part of it. What is that?
Dude, honestly,
No clue.
I'm at a loss.
No idea.
It's
It looks like a support of some sort, like in a
It's
brick building.
rock hard. I thought it was like styrofoam.
Rock hard. Excuse us. We haven't seen each other in months. It's been a good time out here.
Months.
Kicking around in the dirt with the old middle school friend of mine. Yeah. Woo! So now what I wanted to do, now that we finally found the site with an hour left to explore, let's circle around it and figure out what we can find. I'll let you guys know if I find anything new. But I feel like we've gotten some really good stuff this video, and I'm really happy with the content I've gathered, and finally got a new computer so I can actually edit my videos. It's been a really real struggle with this just a Mac laptop from 2015. I had to upgrade, and luckily I moved some stuff around to make that happen. So I'm gonna be getting more content out for you guys. Like I said earlier, truck build video coming soon. So as funny as it is, where we parked the first time was like right by it, and we just were too excited, I think, when we first got here. Wow, this is some good fat wood right here. You cut those chunks off, they'll burn forever. But yeah, we totally walked right around it. That just tells you how hard it is to see out here when you're trying to locate stuff that you decided not to waypoint because you thought you could find it so easy. So I think we're gonna start heading back to the rigs here and heading back to the highway and heading back to home. Successful trip, I'd say.
Let's go. Easy.
Woo! All right, guys, so we are making our way out here. We just kind of sat and went over some maps at our trucks for a bit. Now we're just trying to cut through. I know you can't see me. You could probably see Bryce behind me though. We're just trying to cut through this wet snow before we head home. So all right, so came up this power line road just to see what we could do, killing a little more time before dark, but we are gonna roll out here and call it a night. Bryce is getting turned around, and truck's over here. Wish I could camp, honestly. It's really nice out tonight. It's a little chilly, but there's no wind, so that's appreciated. So yeah, I will catch you guys on the next one. Bryce, say bye to everybody. All right, Bryce, say goodbye to the camera. Goodbye, camera. Goodbye, camera. We found some good stuff today. Woo! Good adventure buddy right here.